Head of the Medusa.
Four saw the legendary face of unutterable doom, and each one met a fate too horrible to describe. But one among them was the true ghoul from beyond. Who was it? Who alone obeyed Head of the Medusa?
I'm changing. Hair is sprouting on my face. Ah! Oh, that horrible face. I can't move. Eee! All of us were scientists. Hugo Hoff, Richard Dare, and I, Jack Krall. Efficient forth, we had traveled for months into impenetrable jungle, and now we saw it. Look, good lord, it's true then. The lost city of Elysium. The land of the gods. We've done it. Our expedition to uncover ancient ruins is a success. I threw a grenade into the closed corridor, allowing them to enter the temple. Look, you've opened up some sort of secret passageway inside. Care, everyone. Stay close to each other and be extremely on guard. I have a strange sense of foreboding danger. Moments later, we had all arrived at one of the most gigantic caverns I'd ever seen in my life. Huge, distorted objects were ranged about in a semicircle towards a larger, more grotesque image. Can you make out what it is? I don't see it too clearly in this gloom. Eee! Look! The sight of that horrible, monstrous face filled me with a dread that froze the blood in my veins. Suddenly, a numbing sensation shot through my spine. I was slowly becoming paralyzed, and there was nothing I could do about it. We're turning into stone! I've got to destroy that head. Back to whatever evil place you were spawned from. Ugh! How we got back outside, I'll never know. Weakened by our incredibly fantastic experience, we set up camp near the temple. Night had now fallen, and with night came an unknown terror. I'll never forget that face. Never. It was a nightmare. The head of Medusa. Ancient legend said it turns its onlookers to stone. Richard is changing. Oh my god. He's turning into that horrible creature. Don't be afraid, mortal. Let me touch that lovely pulsating neck of yours. One tiny bite, and all will be over. Ha ha ha! It's got Viv. She's being carried into the jungle. Do something, she'll be killed. Head for the temple, quick. That's the only logical place it would take her. We followed it into the inner chamber of the ruined temple. Suddenly, unable to escape any further, the frightening creature that had once been a man turned on us, claws out, fangs barred, ready to kill. Ah! Kill it! Hurry! Yes, we have witnessed a terrible tragedy. Richard Dare is no more. Oh, Dick. Let's get out of this forsaken place, and fast. We traveled back to the coast within 10 days, almost cutting our time in half. And 2 short weeks later, we were back in the United States, safe and sound, but shaken terribly by the nightmare we had left behind. All of us had decided never to mention Richard Dare's terrible fate. So deeply had our experience unnerved us that each one of us parted to different types of work within the city. Then, one day, I received a call from Viv. Jack, something horrible has happened. It's Hugo. Come over right away. All right, at once. Viv gave me an address at which I would meet her. I got there in 1 hour flat, but my surprise was even greater when I saw where I was. Vivian, my lord, what are you doing here in an insane asylum? Where's Hugo? In there, Jack. Oh, this must be a hideous dream. It has to be. Good heavens, what? How? Hugo never gave up trying to figure out why Richard Dare had turned into a Medusa ghoul. He must have felt himself changing too. He had himself committed, and then, when he saw it was hopeless, he hanged himself. But why Hugo and not us? Viv, I've had myself examined by specialists all over the country. Not one can find anything wrong. Hugo left behind a diary. He thinks the gaze of Medusa is like some poison that changes the chemical composition of the onlooker's body after a certain length of time. Oh, what are we going to do? There was nothing to do but hope and pray and wait. Then, one morning, on my way to work, I picked up the extra edition of a screaming news headline. Fiendish creature roams city? None safe from murdering ghoul? No, it can't be. It just can't be. I've got to act fast. Idea after idea, plan after plan went through my mind. I knew who the ghoul was. I could see the actual events of how the creature lay in wait for the victims at night. My mind shuddered at the thought. Do not run, puny one. You cannot escape the Medusa. Ha ha ha! Help! Help! Don't touch me! Aye! Stop! You'll never get away! Another neck has been bitten. Another's blood courses in my veins. The Medusa always conquers. Ever, ever, and forever! Ha ha ha! I resolved to find Viv that night, for the ghoul could be her, no one else. But just as I reached home, the phone rang and her frightened voice begged me to meet her near the outskirts of the city. And half an hour later, oh, thank God it's not you. I thought you were the... Yes, I know. And I thought you were the ghoul. But then who could it be, Viv? Do you suppose Hugo has come back? Neither of us knew, but we had meant to find out. I had done research on the Medusa in the library. Legends spoke of an effect it produced in certain people who could then, as ghouls, never be destroyed. Perhaps Hugo was the one. So later that night, have you opened the crypt yet, Jack? I think it's starting to give way. Can I help? Perhaps if you use that crowbar, it might wedge it open. No, it's moving. One more heave and all. You! But why did you wait so long to reveal yourself to me? Because it would be absolutely private here. So nice and quiet. So completely perfect for death. The evil horror sprang at me, its fetid breath close to my sweating face. With a shout of revulsion, I sprang back and grabbed the nearest thing at hand, the sharp, pointed crowbar. You forgot one thing. This crowbar. It's dead. And I'm still alive. Got to get back home, got to pull myself together. Somehow I drove home. Somehow I had the strength to drag myself into my house and lock the door. I wasn't feeling too well. I glanced at my watch. It was nearly midnight, and I felt so strange. Who will ever believe what happened? They'll never find her again. But why am I so weak? So very weak. My face seems to be getting numb. I don't know when I've ever felt so bad. Then it suddenly dawned upon me. What had the Medusa legend said? There is only one type of mortal who can change back and forth into a creature from the beyond at will. Now do you understand? No! Don't look at me! My story is finished! What? You would still like to see my face? Then gaze upon me, for I am the true ghoul. Those other three changed involuntarily, but I can live forever. The clock strikes 12. It is time for me to roam, and you know my story. Come close to me. Just one little bite on your throat. What? You're leaving? Too bad, but I'll be waiting for you. Ha 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 ha!